right here in Bangkok, Thailand. And what I want to do now is we would like to implement the two-factor setup for the user. So right now the user can log in without any two-factor authentication. So what happens is when he is logged in, we go to why we are actually logged in. We should be logged out though. Sign in. So we should be logged out. We just cleared the cookies, guys. How is this happening? Okay, there we go. So when we log in, that we have to type in the OTP, the one-time password, the 2FA code, however you would like to call it. And right now, this is not activated. So if we log in, we just log in. So we need to implement the setting here in the menu. Again, this is just a dummy front end, guys. This is not our Bitcoin exchange. This is just a dummy template. It's from Rapid Rails themes. It costs $99. It's just dummy, so we can click around, controller, set that up, and the designer is still working. So yeah, we want to create a setting here so that something like this. So, and it should look like this. So we get the barcode and we get a code. And to set this and activate this, we have to enter the current OTP. And if that OTP is correct, then the login is activated. So this is the task for today. So let's start here with adding a route. Let's check the routes first. Because I remember we have something here called resources two-factor. And all we have to do is here something. It's like an edit and an update, I guess. That's all we need. Let's check quickly the routes and how they are named. If you are a Ruby on Rails developer and you have issues with this, always rake routes. This shows you all routes, and if you have a lot like we do, I mean, this is not a lot yet, but it will be a lot. If you have a lot, you can always run the pipe and grab it and say, we called it something with 2, and everything that matches on 2 now will be outputted. And there we go. And let's make this bigger. We call these edit internal security two-factor path. So let's quickly copy pasta this, and we go into the side, how is this called? Side menu, I guess. There we go. And we just put it here, settings, whatever, linf item. And we say link to this path. We give them, of course, the same class. So, and say two-factor authentication. All right. Now, if we click here, we of course expect an error to come. And let's quickly go into this controller. Hey, Sigmorpho, what's up? Nice to see you. Saturday afternoon. How is your day going? You still helping your girlfriend's dad? Is it still hot in Iceland? Because I remember on Friday you had Yeah, yesterday you said you had like hot weather. So we go into our internal controller, we called it security, and it's two-factor controller. And we expect it to be in the namespace internal as well. So there we go. We can make the dev edit and the dev update. Good. Uninitialized constant two-factor is two factors. I guess that's wrong, actually. Good for you. So you can just relax, spend time with your future wife. I guess why is this? It's resources two-factor. Is it? Wait, let me just quickly check this. Why is this the plural? Because I expect this to be singular actually. Now it is singular. So is that still the same name of route? It is. It's still the two-factor path. All right, great. So yeah, normally you call controllers always in the plural, but this will be a singular, so we only have that once. And two-factor controller, this should work now. No, this is, sorry, resource. It's one resource, two factors. Maybe we just have to call it that way. Okay, two factors. Rails magic. I'll always fix my spelling problems. Two factors controller, then obviously, there we go, two factors, and we have to rename this with an S. There we go, this should work, and this needs a template. So we go in our app views, internal security, two factors, and we create an edit HAML. And what we want to do here is something like 2FA authentication. And let's go in. We create a card and say card body display code. So this is the QR code that we display. And here we also then display written code. So because people, I dislike it. Like, there are really companies doing it just this way. Seriously? Just give me the code, man. I want to, what if I lose my phone? I don't have the code anymore. So guys, if you ever implement something like this, be nice to the user. Give them the QR code, that's fine. But give them also the real code. I don't want to just capture this QR code and write down the code for myself for backup files, you know, like, take care of the users, man. Always be nice to your users, guys. Always make it user friendly for them. All right, and then, oh, I just realized you guys don't have music. Hey, why you guys don't tell me this? Let me give you some music here. Hey, sorry for that. So, and in here we make something like a form to activate code. Activate 2FA, and then here will be a form with field and button, and that's actually it. That's what we expect. Okay. If we check the user here quick, the user has already an OTP secret and a question if it's enabled or disabled. So all we can do now is, if current user OTP enabled, then we say disable OTP. And here we make a small card again. And we say here something like input field for OTP and a button disable. And otherwise, if it's not active yet, we of course make here a activate now. There we go. So it's not set up yet. So then let's set it up. All right. In the let's create the form here quick. So the QR code we make later, but I can tell you right now we need to show the secret, right? So we say here, this is the current user OTP secret, and we can whatever make it like text danger, so it's visible for him. So this is the code, this is the secret code, and if we use this with our authenticator app, then we get login. So this is the code we actually then later use in the QR code as well. And let's make the form here quick. So we say Bootstrap form it's for the user. And I guess if we go on has OTP, we have an attribute assessor called OTP attempt. So we can always call something like it's simple form for, not Bootstrap for, simple form. So we can call f input for the OTP attempt, and we call an f submit. However, the path for this needs to be this one. So we call URL this path. I guess this should give us the right form. And it's not doing it because we renamed this with an S. So it's here to factors path. There you go. And model name, simple form for, what's wrong here? Oh, it's current user. There you go. And now if we type in our code, I just make a quick helper here. So we can always say current user, current OTP, right? And what this is just a helper method that I use for development if I work with two-factor stuff. So I can always see what the real current OTP would be. So and this let's put on top here. There you go. So this would be the real OTP right now. Let's update the user and we get an error because there is nothing happening on the controller right now. And what we want to do is, let's quickly check the controller params. We here get the user OTP attempt. So what we can do is, we call this private. And even though I want to actually call this OTP params, even though we can call in the controller something like params of user of OTP attempt. Okay, so even though we can call this, I really want to do it this way. I feel it's more safe, but maybe we don't need it. Let's see. Let's figure this out. There is a method, and if you go and has OTP, I wrote this, we can call activate OTP, and we give in the actual OTP. So what we can actually call it that way. So what we can do is we call current user activate OTP, and we give what was actually just typed in, and we call this in an if because it returns true or false. So at the end we want to go back to the the form page. So this is this path. So I redirect to this path, and what we can do here is we just say, hey, flash of notice is to FA auth activated. And in this case, if this didn't work, we make a flash alert. Can't set up OTP. Like we can't set up 2FA auth. Alright, let's run this now. If we just run this, this will not work because this is definitely an outdated OTP. So there we go. This is the new one. Let's quickly run this with the wrong one. Can't set up. Alright, so let's try this with a real one. And can't set up. Probably just changed. No, it did not. Let's have a look here. What is happening? There is something. It is actually updating the last consumed ODP. This is interesting. Let's go on the console and say is user first. Current ODP is this. And is actually OTP secret, OTP enabled false. Well, and then say activate ODP 851211, and it's giving me an error. Oh, that's interesting. Let's have a look here quick. If we call has ODP. Update with ODP. Update with ODP. What is this doing actually? Update with ODP. It's called update with params. Interesting, very interesting, guys. It seems like there's a small bug here, but I do remember I wrote a test for this and the test was working. So I don't know why he calls the password is invalid. Let's have a look here, because there you go, validates password. So this validation is correct, but it only needs to be called if the password has changed. So password changed, I guess. Can we call here password? No. Okay, what we can do actually here is if password. So he only validates this if a password is given. Okay. Let's go. So we can say, hey, this is A, and this is the current ODP. And we say activate ODP 584674. And that is actually then indeed working, and we can call disable, which is not working. How's it called? It's deactivate, sorry. It's called deactivate, which is not, which should not work. Shit. He's not actually checking for a valid ODP on deactivation. That's interesting. Update with ODP. What is this doing? Update with ODP. ODP enabled. It is. So we say valid ODP, and valid ODP checks for it's valid and not already consumed, which is weird because here we set that this ODP is consumed, and here we can still use it. Oh, very interesting. Let's go then say again here. It's my user. We say current ODP is this. And we say activate ODP 546605. Okay, it's activated. And now last consume, we call deactivate. Well, that can't work. That's a bug, guys. And I definitely it's false. Oh man. Okay, let's quickly go on the two-factor spec, I guess. Spec ODP. No, two-factor. Ah, there is a spec for this. Guess user spec. Two-factor. There we go. Can't deactivate with a wrong ODP. Can deactivate it too if I won't consume. To do write a test that checks the last consumed ODP. The bug is that we can still use a consumed ODP to disable the 2FA, which seems to be a huge bug to me, because what that means if you go on a phishing website and type in your 2FA code, the attacker could immediately disable 2FA. So that's why a consumed ODP can never be used again, at least not the last one. But for now, let's continue here quick. So we can say two-factor edit, and we say activate this, and it's activated. And now if we log out and we want to sign in, we have to give the ODP attempt here, right? And let's quickly do this. So this would be the ODP, and if I type this then in, that, it just changed, I guess. Wow, that's shitty. Okay, so there we are signed in. Good. What was that quick? Let's check this again. So we are signed out, and we say log in. Okay, so that's working. Awesome. And I don't actually. I want to go here in the routes. I don't want to. It's tricky. I don't want to call these security two-factor. I call this only index. Okay. And then here we say member do post activate and post deactivate. I don't want to call these in this weird update method. I want to have this on the routing explicit. And let's call this actually path 2FA. Okay, got to. And it's called show. Good. Now we have nice routing. So we can call this 2FA login. Whatever. Good. So this is the internal security 2 factors path. And internal security 2 factors path. So there's no added anymore. This is just the show method. And then we get these for activation. So we go back here and say this is show and this is activate. There you go. And we call these then the views 2 factors and say this is show. And in this form, it is the activate internal security path. Great. And to deactivate it, actually, all we have to do is call this and say repeat attempt and call this deactivate. And this is of course not working, but it's also not working. And now it will work because we have to click the right link. 2-factor authentication. Deactivate path is wrong. It is the deactivate. Oh, let's see this quick. Deactivate internal security. In deactive. Whoa, what did I call here, Tim? You stupid prick. Activate deactivate, my friends. It's deactivate. I really need English lessons, I guess. Alright, there we go. There that is. And here, what we can do then in the controller, we call this def deactivate. And then here we call this deactivate and we call this deactivated can't disable. And we not to edit, but there we go. Alright. There has to be something in the future that needs to say current user can deactivate. There is already can disable 2-factor off. Awesome. What is this method doing? Okay. We just say here for test reasons this is true. Can disable 2-factor authentication. So we say if current user can disable it and current user actually is doing it. So we can call this ODP and go here private and say def ODP. I like to reuse code, so there we go, ODP. Alright, so the logic now here is that the user is actually allowed, or that he can enable it, because in there is some security concern if you are verified and you are allowed to trade high limits. Of course, it's necessary that you always have 2-factor authentication. So we will not allow you to disable this, right? It's just a security measurement, and I wish most exchange. I mean, I think most exchanges handle it this way. If you are verified, it's a requirement to become verified to have 2FA enabled, actually. So we keep it this as well. So. Only unverified users can disable it. I mean, if you have it, there's never any reason that you want to do this. Good. This should work. Let's try this out quick. There you go. Disable this and no route match. Deactivate what's going on here and patch. Oh, he's asking for a patch. Well, then let's call it a patch. User routes. Let's have some music here. Great. So this should be a patch now, and alright, this can't work because the code changed already in the meantime, and that user, it is, oh, it was activated, sorry, and now we disable it. Alright, so it's disabled, so that is actually working. And every time we disable it, we also generate a new code. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, so I show you this. Now my code is JL something, so let's activate this. And I should not be able to deactivate it. Okay, now my code is BD, so yeah, that's great. So this is working as expected. Took us not that much, 30 minutes, guys. Ruby on Rails, everything is quick magic. But we've seen this test that we need to implement, and let's implement it because I really want this to be. This is an absolute insane security bug. All right, I can demonstrate you this, guys. So. I'm gonna show you this. It's huge. It's huge. So pretend it's activated, right? It is activated right now, and I show you what actually I mean. So we are. Let me quickly set this up for you guys. This is a huge thing. All right. We do this, and we say layout. Okay, layout base, there we go. So I always see this and we say try. Good. So I see here on top, this is always the current OTP. All right, watch out guys, huge, insanely huge security issue. Let's delete the cookies quick. So we pretend now. Why am I logged in? This is ridiculous. All right, let's pretend the following. This is now a phishing website, okay? It is a phishing website. And we say, this is my ODP. Okay. This is a phishing website, guys. And I log in with my ODP. Immediately at the same time, the attacker can immediately disable ODP. Boom. Disabled. Boom. Alright. Disabled. Alright. So I just realized this is huge. This is huge, guys. So now what I can do is if I'm an attacker, I am free to go now. I have access to your account all the time, right? I wonder why I have to delete the cookies twice here, probably because there's a second window open, I don't know. So I can log in now without the OTP because I disabled this. What a huge bug, guys. So let's immediately write a test for this because, man, this is dangerous. Won't consume the ODP. Let's have a look here. What we test actually. It saved the just used one. Let's have a look where we check for last consumed ad. See guys, it will consume. Hey man, we don't write a test for this yet. Tim, this is dangerous. But you know guys, if you later want to use our Bitcoin exchange, you really can be sure that we do everything we can to protect you guys. I mean, you see it live on stream here, what we are doing, and I take security really serious. It's you know, this is why I'm doing it, because I want to make the world a better place, and I want you guys to make you more safe actually. So it can't reuse a consumed ODP. This is ultra important. Okay, let's go here quick and say expect. All right, we expect this. Let's quickly go. So we expect this ODP to be valid. And then we expect actually to say subject consume. Now validate and consume ODP it's called. And we say valid ODP. Okay, so let me quickly explain. We expect that this is valid. We expect then we then consume it, and we expect that this is not valid anymore. Okay. And yeah, that's actually it. So hey Joyces, nice to see you again, man. How you doing today? Saturday afternoon, Bangkok, Thailand. How did you do your Saturday? Did you do something special today? Or you just sitting watching Twitch and learning Ruby on Rails with me together? Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. Did you just see what I'm talking about? Did you just see how a possible attacker could make a huge damage to your account? And okay, good. That's a nice way to spend the afternoon. Saturday afternoon watching Twitch. Is there anything huge right on? Ah, you don't need to learn it. I mean, you just watch me, you learning it basically. Oh, today is the PUBG, the GLL, I guess it's called. Right? Yeah, the Grand Slam. Oh, I'm gonna watch this later. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, we'll probably, yeah. But we have to learn now, right now. So did you just saw what happened? Science and technology. That's where we have to look, yeah. I guess I like to watch other people coding. Actually, I like to know what other people are doing. And, you know, it's interesting to see other people's thoughts and the way they do stuff. You know, it's interesting. So let's run this test quick, and this test must fail, otherwise we get stupid. So RSpec test models, RSpec spec models, user test, user spec, and it's line 71, I guess. It is 73. So let's see if we can improve our security here a little bit. Oh shit. Reminds you Pascal. I do not remember Pascal. I do not remember Pascal. I can't remember it. Show me some Pascal code. Linked lists. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, okay. No, come on. I mean, Ruby begin end. Ruby is definitely different. I mean, you can read Ruby code like a textbook. I can give code to my dad, and it's like he do understand what the code is doing. You know? let's see, something like no, this is all cryptical. Like, I don't know, Ruby code is really readable, man. I don't know, but do constructions. What you mean? I mean, a do, you don't need to write do in Ruby. A do is just opening a block, do end. Okay, so what you can, well, I mean, a do, you don't need to use do. You can always say something like, you can say do end, or you can always use brackets. That's the same, man. That's, but Ruby has other huge advantages, so that's very, very readable, I guess. I mean, you don't know my code yet, right? But it's so easy here. It's like activate ODP. You give him an ODP. We check, is this a valid ODP? Then validate and consume the ODP. And update, ODP is enabled. There we go. Man. I don't play CSGO anymore. If I play something, then it's PUBG. I feel I grow up a little bit. No more. No more CSGO for me. I miss CSGO. I watch it sometimes. I still watch it. I love it. Well, I don't have. I feel that I don't have so much time to put into gaming anymore. And if I feel that if you don't have a lot of time to play in PUBG, you can have more success than in Counter-Strike. Right? It's just, let's say you can just play 5 hours a week. You get so much more value and gaming experience in PUBG compared to Counter-Strike. Because if you play a 5-on-5, hey man, you just get dominated for 30 minutes. In PUBG, that doesn't happen. Yeah, you might die, but you still had fun for 10 minutes. Okay, let's... I don't understand why this test is working. This test can't work, man. This test cannot work. Okay, maybe we call the wrong methods. Let's set it up this way. It can't deactivate OTP with the same code for activation. Because this is the exact issue that we just had. This is the... So what we do is we say subject activate ODP with valid ODP, and we expect subject deactivate ODP with the same valid OTP to equal false. So we activate it, and this must equal true. I'm born in Germany. I am actually German, and last time you said I look like an immigrant. Whatever that means, man. I don't know how an immigrant looks like. But I'm from Germany. My mom is German, my dad is German, everybody's German. Ich hab ein big dick. Well, we have a dirty joke in German, which is like, when Germans can say, hey, only in English language your penis is dick. Because dick in Germany means fat. But in English you can call it penis. All right, so how can this code, this is very suspicious, guys. Well, I mean, say what you want, but please be nice in the chat. You know, I don't know how old you are, and but you always have to consider there might be there might be people, you know, who are maybe 13 years old, just browsing the science technology category because it's interesting for them, and then you don't want them that they actually get in touch with people like you and me using root words all the time. So I guess, just from the basic test situation, our code is correctly working, and it's no security issue at all. But we just experienced it, guys. We just experienced it, guys. All right, let's actually, if he returned false, nice, but we say subject reload. We expect subject to be ODP enabled. We expect subject OTP enabled to be true. I guess so. Anyway. Yeah, what's your question? Maybe I can help you. Maybe you have question of concepts. How to implement a strategy correctly. Ah! See this, guys? This is very interesting. I guess I found the bug. I guess I found it. This is returning false, but it still is disabling it. That's what happens here, though. Well, I'm doing JavaScript all the time, buddy. Oh, let me show you something. I did recently some Steam Casino. How it's called? I did some JavaScript. I gonna show you. Have a look here. Let me show you. Oh, that was fun. Localhost 3000. I show you what I did recently. Oh shit, what is this? Rails S? Okay. Huh? Oh. All right, now it's good. No, I don't do Node.js or something. But have a look what I did recently here. Have a look. This is fun, dude. I built a roulette table. Yay! If it's loading. Yeah, if it's loading. This seems to take some time to render. Okay, now it's working. See, that's what I did recently. How cool is this, man? Where you can place your bets here. That's pretty neat. And actually what nah, no CSGO roulette. But what actually happens is then the roulette wheel is spinning based on blockchain data. So I would have to run this now. Oof. How do I have to quickly let me quickly check. I can say Rails C, and I guess it's something like Steam. Okay, there we go. So now the Steam blockchain is actually running, and the Steam blockchain has a block time of 3 seconds. And now it's Steam, which is a blockchain technology, which is a blockchain actually, and is unrelated to Steam, the gaming, you know. So what happens is every 3 seconds, Steam is generating a new block, and based on the block on the block hash, we can generate roulette numbers. So every 10th block, we actually throw out something. And then if I would be locked in, which I can't do right now, so every 30 seconds you have a game running, so you can then actually place your bets. Right now you can't do it. So 15 black, this would have be a winner. So yeah, if I want to say, hey, I want to bet all my money here, then I click, hey, place bets, and that's get deducted from my balance. And then, hey, you know, I can show you this. This was fun. So 3, 2, one more block. As you can see, one more block, and then now is no more bets, buddy, and booyah, 28. Right? So this is actually how it's done. It's pretty fun though. So we counting down the blocks, and no, this is also Ruby on Rails. This is Ruby on Rails, buddy. I'm not doing PHP. But the front end was fun. I can show you the front end quick. I really don't want to show this so much, but Rails. It's a theme casino. There we go. And the front end was like, that was really good. So basically the whole, everything you see here is a variable. It's crazy. So like, if you say, hey, I want the 0 to be not 70 wide, just 50. Man, let's have a look here. That's the magic of SAS, I guess. See, now it's not 70, now it's 50. Or you say the numbers needs to be like 85 wide and only 60 high. Let's see how this looks. This must be like total. This will be like boom, all over the place now. See? So this is really, and it's always working with the chips, always the hover is always correct, man. This is really, really cool project. I did this for myself, but I also have the domain steam.casino, but I never actually run this. I don't know why. I have to, I mean, it still needs like a week of work, but I should probably consider doing this. It was fun to do. The front end is just, I show you the front end, man. It's just, here's the table. All right, this is generating just the numbers. This is the wheel, and that's it. And then you just have the JavaScript is pretty ugly. It's using the action cable, the Rails streaming basically. So it's streaming data over. And then I have here my wheel. It's just jQuery. It's just jQuery, man. I just have my wheel and I have my table. No, it's not Ajax. It's Action Cable. Action Cable is the streaming of Rails. So I have an active connection. It's a WebSocket. I show you. I have a web stream. Where is it? Where's my stream? Let's load it quick. You can use Ajax or Fetch API. No, we use WebSockets. Where's my WebSocket? There it is. See? This is my WebSocket, and he now actually just ping-pongs me messages inside. Yeah. So, this is the channel. That's the channel. That's how it's working, right? So, yeah, that was fun. I had fun doing this, man. I had especially fun doing the table, though. That was fun to do. All right, let's close this here. Enough gambling. Well, I use jQuery all the time, but I know Vue. Actually, the concept, the idea. I did React already. I did some stuff with React. Svelte, I don't know what that is. And Angular, man, I can't follow up with Angular anymore. It seems like every version of Angular is a whole different beast. No, I guess like Angular 3 and Angular 4 is a complete different thing, and now they have Angular 500, I guess. Man, I can't keep up with that. But I guess I want to learn Angular a little bit. So let's jump back here because remove project folder. This is what we really have to work on. This test. And let's actually check then the has ODP library and what he is doing. Deactivate ODP. No, actually, we have to use this. Valid ODP to be false. Okay, this test is passing. If I say subject reload, is it still passing? That's a good question. RSpec models. German Prodigy, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not a prodigy. I'm not even calling myself a great programmer. You know, I mean, maybe I am, but other people can judge that, not me. Okay, so this is really, it can't reuse a consumed ODP. This seems to work. So the question is why we can reuse this in 79, right? This is the big issue here. That's a huge security issue, guys. Okay, true, got false. There we go. So let's check actually what happens here in deactivate ODP. Maybe we find it. I think you like big or another teams. The CSGO team BIG. I like. I don't know if I have to choose. Probably. My favorite CSGO team. I don't know. BIG is okay. All right, let's have a quick look here what Self is doing. All right, we have last consumed ODP. We have emergency password active false. That's not what we want to look. We want to look at the last consumed ODP secret. That seems to be correct. Update with ODP. Okay, let's have ODP. Oh, I guess. No. Yeah, Thompson is the big hero actually. Thompson is like, I guess he carries the team all the time. Interesting. So I guess update with ODP. That's where we have to actually jump in. So let's make this here P. We call deactivate ODP with, and we say ODP. And here we call deactivate ODP. Yeah, we call activate though. And if we go into update with ODP, then we say update with ODP, and we call this. Why is this actually called? Wait. ODP enabled. ODP. That looks good. Okay, with. We call this patterns. There we go. And this is then the ODP gets deleted from the ODP gets deleted from the params hash, and we actually call here if it's enabled. We call P OTP enabled true. Santaris. Yeah, I don't follow so much, but let's actually then here. Is this P valid ODP? This is actually the big deal. All right, and then let's run this quick and see what happens here in the console. Okay, we get activated with 4.4 update. Okay, deactivate OTP with 4.4.6.9.7.2. Great. Let's quickly then say OTP enabled. No. So we say OTP wasn't enabled. Call update with params. And then we call params. It is on. Why would you do your own MVC framework just for learning purposes, or do you use it? Like, let's have a look what GitHub Joyces is doing here. Arthur. So look, Joyces. Mini MVC source, I guess. Controllers views. Where are the models? Where are the models, buddy? Where are the models? There's no model. Where are the models? Oh, this is an addition for Laravel. Well, this is the whole code. I mean, it has a controller. It assigns a view. Okay. And this is the jokes controller. Well, show jokes. I don't understand this naming, you know. I guess this is why PHP have so much issues. Why is this called show jokes and not just show? You know, it should just be called show. Function show. And everybody know it show jokes because it's the jokes controller. So you don't need to say show jokes, just call it show. You know, like man. So those are jokes, okay, and then you render this, okay, but I mean, this is my suggestion for you if you want to do just work on the naming. This is why Ruby on Rails is so great, because it's called convention over configuration. Yeah, okay, I understand you wanted it like this, but you might consider, I mean, I just give you my my experience and my recommendation here. You might consider to read the COC. It's called convention over configuration. And what this means, this was Rails' huge thing actually. And I mean, we came from PHP, from nasty PHP in 2006, 2007, 2008, and then we got this convention over configuration. And if you can follow these things, this will be really, really great. Okay, well. Okay, I mean, models are always singular, controllers are always plural, and tables are always called in plural, and you always just work with the ID. I've seen people, they say, yeah, PSR PHP, what is this? Let me just quickly have a look. So, standards, see, recommendations. Okay, let's. Oh man, I don't want to see this. Yeah, okay, you have camel case, lowercase, whatever, but foo extends bar. I feel like if you have these foo bar examples, people just can't. Man, really? Oh man, I have a PHP have issues. Well, I'm happy I'm not doing. I'm happy this is a Ruby on Rails channel, guys. I'm happy I don't have to deal with these PHP stuff. Yeah, whatever. I mean, okay, let's close this. Let's close this. Yeah. Hey, I remember your name. QQQQQQQP. Ruby is okay. Okay, Joyce's. Okay, let's have a quick discussions about this. If people say Ruby is slow, they might be right with this. It might be correct to say. Let's compare this. Ruby versus Go. I mean, you can compile Go down to the base metal, basically, right? So Go will be faster. C++ compared to Ruby will be faster. But, and here's the point. Ruby on Rails. People call it slow. I call bullshit on this. I call you do not need the performance. Of course, Go is faster because it's compiled down to assembler, basically, almost, I guess. But look at this. My point is the following. If you say I can't use Ruby on Rails because it's too slow, that's pure bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Twitter used Ruby on Rails, and Twitter then changed to something, I forgot the name. Now let's see Twitter. Twitter was one of the top 10 most visited web pages in the world. All right, you cannot imagine the amount of load, the shitload ton of requests per second, the amount of database operations, and yet they still manage to get Ruby on Rails performing well. All right, so everybody who comes to me with Ruby on Rails is slow, I have to use Phoenix Elixir, I have to use Go because I make a website for a restaurant, and if it's rendering in 12 milliseconds or 11 milliseconds, matters. Oh, bullshit on that. So, I mean, Twitch is using Ruby on Rails. Yeah, absolutely not. Facebook is using PHP, but they also use a custom PHP, I guess, right? I'm not so deep into this. Hey, I'm not saying Ruby on Rails is king. I never say this, and I will never say this because everybody knows it's king. No, but it doesn't matter if it's faster. It really doesn't matter if it's faster or not. I'm pretty sure that Facebook does use PHP, but they also compile it down, right? They have their own PHP version where they actually can compile stuff down. So you have to see this, man. Facebook is the absolute, I mean, next to Google, but it's just we don't need to discuss these stuff because we don't have this load. We ran, I worked on Rails applications with maybe 500 requests a second. Hey, no problem at all, man. We just put there 2 servers and that's working great, man. Yeah, probably in some synthetic tests, man. But I guess, if we discuss now speed, I guess still it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can run the benchmarks and say, hey, whoa, we saved a second in 10,000 tests. Awesome. It doesn't matter. It does not matter if it renders in 11 milliseconds or 12 milliseconds. It might matter for Facebook. Maybe. But we don't have this. We are a crypto exchange. Whatever website you do, even if you do some considered high traffic web page, what is high traffic for you? You have 500 active users at the same time. Well, that's peanuts. Ruby on Rails handles this like, I don't know, it's easy. All right, and I don't know. People always say, yeah, the language is slow. Yeah, the architecture that you just developed is slow as fuck. right? I mean, watch out WordPress back in the days. WordPress, PHP, yeah, maybe PHP is faster, who cares? WordPress is fucking slow. So everybody who always talks about speed and stuff, man, I'm just shaking my head. So let's please not argue about this anymore. Alright, let's see what you guys wrote here. I just didn't read it. PHP is faster than Python. Like, you all use Ruby on Rails. What about pure Ruby? Well, again, I mean, it doesn't matter what, it's always down to the framework. Maybe your framework is slow, maybe your framework is fast, I don't care. I guess also, and this is funny, that I've seen people like, my application is so slow. Well, work on your database, bro. Yes, you can do multi-threading in Ruby. It is possible. Alright, let's get actually back to work here. I really want to fix this. Let's see what happens here. This is really important. OTP enabled, true. Okay, well, let's check the test quick. Okay, update, params, validate and consume. I guess this is... Let's call this here. And we say p call valid ODP with ODP. ODP is res. I just wonder. GIL, Global Interpreter Lock. I guess that's what you mean. Okay, so. Oh. Huh? Call? What is this here? Okay, we do something like this. Guys, I'm getting confused here. Activate. Okay, this is the activation stuff, and this is the deactivation stuff. Okay, let's call this again step by step. Okay, we activate this. That doesn't really matter. OTP was update. Okay, it wasn't enabled. Call update with parents, enable it. Awesome. So now we deactivate. Deactivate ODP with 3. Update with ODP. This sounds wrong to me. Why isn't he calling for a valid OTP? Deactivate. What? Okay, what we say here is... Yeah, go ahead, learn Node.js. It's I guess when you with Node.js you have good chances to find a job. Deactivate. Okay, we call here immediately. This we only do if res. And we say ODP enabled is true unless res. Wow, this is a huge bug. If we try to deactivate it with a wrong ODP, we get a new secret. Whoa, what the heck? So this also is self-update attribute. That's why this actually never got executed. Oh shit. Okay, OTP enabled. There we go. If res. No, unless res. Okay. Wait. If we did not update it, then... So we can actually say if, else. There we go. Okay, and then we return this. Update with ODP. I have to write self only. I have to write it as well here. This year. So the idea is if you deactivate it and you put in a valid OTP, you update it and say, yeah, it's deactivated. And then for security reasons, you need to generate a new code. But if you only call it, I'm not sure. Ooh. Is this actually working? Oh, this is working. This is working. We don't need self here. It's redundant. But we can call it. It looks nice. Okay, but so we end up update with ODP straight, and we call here for a valid ODP. So this is the issue. So we say OTP was invalid. Okay. OTP was invalid. Great. So we end up here. I guess this is just my problem somehow here. Assign attributes params. Well, that's not actually... Yeah, well, that is actually correct. We call valid OTP already consumed. Yes. We say here then OTP already consumed. So this might then work. OTP already consumed. Okay, this is correct. So I guess let's throw this all out. I mean, self is implicit by default, but you have to use self for setter methods or Ruby with thing that you created. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. It depends on location. If you work Ruby on Rails in California Bay Area, you probably make 120 to 150, 200. In Germany, you make like, it depends. It really depends on how you can sell yourself. I see people who probably end up with 30,000 euro yearly salary. But I mean, that's maybe like 2,500 euro, but there are also, I would not work for that. If I get a job in Germany, that's at least 55 a year, 55,000 euro. No, I will not work for that. I won't work for $3,000 to $4,000. I mean, you get those people, but I do this 10 years, man. I'm not the greatest Rails staff, but well, if I tell you 55, you just divide it by 12. So it's like 4,600. something in euro. I don't know. I guess if I really want to look for a job, I can get 50,000 euro a year in Germany, which is like 4,000. It's like $4,700 a month. I will not work for 4,000 unless, I don't know, unless there's some benefit, but everything below is in this, I will not talk about. I work freelance sometimes and I charge 70 to 80 euro per hour. So if I have a project which goes like 40 hours, that's around 3,000 euro. Something in that area. And that's basically one week of work. So in theory, I can do this 4 weeks long. But of course, bigger projects, I might work for like 65, but I will not work below that. All right, let's get back here. So the OTP is already consumed. This is interesting. I don't know about this. I really don't know about. I don't know about Node. Let's actually call this here quick. Binding pry. Subject. Errors. All right, the OTP was already consumed. This is 100% correct. But OTP enabled to be true. Well, this is good. This is true, but we say subject reload. Huh? What am I doing here all the time? Is this test working? Did we change code? QQQPPP. Did we change code? I can't follow. It seems like a little bit. My test. Okay, we write another expectation actually. We write expect subject errors of OTP. And then we say OTP attempt, actually it is. OTP attempt. Yeah, I'm also out of context here because I'm talking with Joyces all the time. To equal. There we go. Was already consumed. Okay. I run this test now and let's see if this is green. All right. Of course. Of course it's red. Did we not? I mean, look, okay. Binding pry. We stopped this here. What is this madness? Okay. 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 Subject errors. What? Oh, I checked for ODP. You want me to explain this? Sorry, it's ODP attempt. I can explain you this. It's very easy. It's really easy. You have this library ROTP for Ruby, right? ROTP Ruby. Ruby one-time password. And what this does is you just give him a secret and he gives you a code based on the time, okay? So let's do this. I create you a secret right now. ROTP, how's this called? There you go. So this is our ROTP. We call this R. And the secret is whatever, secret 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So based, you see already you have an interval of 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds you get a new code. And it needs to be base 32. Okay. So we call it this way. Okay. So this is the code that we expect right now, okay? And in 30 seconds, we expect another code. So what we do is we give the secret to the user, and you can use an application called G Authenticator app, I guess, for either Chrome or for your phone. Let's install this quick. Is this okay? I need to log in for this. I don't want to log in. Oh, this is Play Store, sorry. Chrome Authenticator. There we go. The secret is in the database. I just start in the database. It is plain text right now, but you can encrypt it as well. I mean, we have to encrypt it because if the database gets leaked, then it's fucked up. But right now it's plain text, and it will be encrypted in the future. So if we install this quick, don't turn on sync. All right, so we have these. There's my app. And let's say I add this quick manual entry. Test, and the secret is this here, right? That's the secret. So the user can add it to his phone or wherever he wants. And we say, okay, so this is giving me new codes, and you see here the timer. Every 30 seconds I get a new code. Let's quickly check this. If this is the same. Oh my, it's always hidden then. All right, so it tells me 104.527, and then now it's 270.866, and let's have a look here, 270.866. So we can always verify that the user, that's how we do it. You also give it a drift. You call a drift of maybe 5 seconds or 6 seconds. So because if you see now here, it's getting, you have 10 seconds left or something, then you get a new code. And imagine right now, the user copy this code, the old one, right, the 27 on, and you compare it 270.866. No, but if you give him a drift of 5 seconds, there is this small interval that you can still use the old code for 5 seconds longer. So always give it a drift, and that's basically it. But what you really want to do is, and I see many services don't do it, if the user is using an OTP for the login, you have to consume it, so you can't use it again. So this is the issue right now. Imagine the following: you get phished, you go on a phishing website, and you type in your OTP, which happens all the time, right? So the attacker actually catches the 2FA code, he can immediately log in, and if the OTP is reusable, he can do a lot of shit. He can immediately withdraw all your money, or he can deactivate two-factor authentication. But what we are doing here, this is the test. If I mean, let me show you the test here quick. The test says it. If I get an OTP, I activate this, okay? So, I mean, we can also pretend like we start here, log in with OTP. So we log in with this, and then immediately with the same OTP, we want to deactivate this thing. This cannot work. So you have to make sure that this is, I'm doing here, I show you. We always call the last consumed OTP, we always save it. So if you log in and you want to do something that requires a 2FA code, you have to wait 30 seconds because the current OTP code is not reusable. So I hope you did understand this. Maybe that was a bit long. All right, great, good to hear. All right, so where did we be here right now? Oh yeah, we wanted to run this test here. All right, the test is green. Let's run all tests together. Okay, this is all green. Let's test it then, if it's really working. Actually, I'm interesting. Git diff. I really guess this code is, this is the change we did. Let's clean this up. I show you. If we revert the changes, it will fail. So there was something going on that we fixed. So this we don't need the debug anymore. Nope. Okay, so we can call it this way. And this we don't need. And this we don't need. I guess that's it. Let's run the tests quick again. Alright, so all tests green. Fine. Let's actually see what we changed here. We changed... no, applib. Okay, this is what we changed. I guess. Unless res. It seems to be the same code. But this was the issue. I want to revert this quick. Has OTP. I want to see what happens. So we had this only. That was the code before. Right? So if I run this again now, will my tests pass? That's a good question. It's still green. Okay, so basically we didn't change anything. Okay, so we run this in a real-time situation now. We start the server and see if this is working or not, because I figured this out actually in the browser that it wasn't working. So the idea is that we want to go on this page for deactivation. All right, two-factor login. So let's activate the two-factor authentication right now. There we go. It is activated. Let's disable it. And we can't disable it with the same code. Popular applications. Well, I was the developer for 2 years for modhoster.de, which is the biggest mod exchange platform for the farming simulator. Well, we can make it in English language. So, but this is a very old project from 2012, but I was working for the company and was the maintainer basically for them. So for the farming simulations, I mean, yeah, that actually, it's right now not so frequently used anymore, I guess, but back in the days we had like up to like 1,000 users simultaneously. Euro Truck Simulator, well, we do the same. We also host, oh my goodness, what is this? Somehow SSL issues. Well, I'm not working there anymore, but yeah, we also host Euro Truck Simulator. So if you would like to play Euro Truck Simulator, you can also get your mods over here. It's a great website. I built this feature, by the way, that you have the grid layout here. That was fun. I make all these changes. You can log in with Facebook and stuff. I make all these things. This is based on Ruby on Rails as well. I build basically everything you see. I make the new navigation. I make everything here. If you see this web page 5 years ago, oh my goodness. Okay, so we couldn't disable it because it was a reused 2FA. All right, QQQPPP. Let's have a look now. We log out quick. Oh, I know. I guess I know the issue. I guess I know the issue now. Well, let's look. So the problem is user first current ODP. So that's our current ODP. Well, we can use the browser. No, we can't. Okay. So we get a new one now. This is the new one. Let's go. We log in. So we are... wait. See, we can't even log in. I do listen to Rammstein sometimes. I like Rammstein. We can't log in. That's a great question. Why we can't log in? And where's the music? Let's go here. Music. Okay, let's log in again. Users sign in. Okay, let's activate the... Let's do this here quick. Say edit. So this is the entry secret. Okay, that's the QR code. Okay, it's activated. We log out now. And we should be logged out. There we go. So we have to log in with this code, which is not working because the code was used already. So we have to wait for a new code. That seems to be good. That's our new code. We log in, and now I want to disable it with the same code. And I can't disable it. I can't. This is great. This is great news. But I was able to do it. Don't ask me why. I was able to do it. I replicated it here. I really don't know why. It seems like, I mean, if we check, I record this stream here all the time. We can check the video at around 1 hour ago. I did actually replicate the same test, and I was able to disable the two-factor with the exact same code. So this is a miracle. This is a mystery as well, because we didn't change anything of the model here. I mean, this is the only code, but it's the same code, so... Fuck me. Saturday evenings. Miracle. So now let's disable it with a new code, and that's then obviously working. Yeah, now it's disabled. So now we get a new code. I guess that's okay. Did you make 2FA with mobile? Well, it's... You mean you have the application on your phone? That's basically what we are doing here right now. But, I mean, I just want to say, okay, let's make the QR code now. Because all you have to do is just render the QR code and then... Yeah, exactly. You just scan it with your phone. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it right now. There's an app. There's a gem, actually. Rails QR code. I did this recently. It was pretty annoying. Let's quickly look at another project that I did. How we actually did this. It's Rails by Crypto. And then let's close this quick. I show you app views in internal account. Nope. Security. There we go. There we go. And we used this. Okay, that is dirty. I don't want to do it this way. That's what he's doing right now. The user has, exactly, that's what I'm implementing since an hour. The user has 30 seconds, but I explained this, you always give it a drift. So you either say every 30 seconds there's a new code, or you have a 5 sec. Why lol? It's just normal to do it 30 seconds. No, it's not 3 to 5 minutes. It's 30 seconds. No. Absolutely not normal. The normal thing is 30 seconds. This is how it's designed. Well, here, there we go. OTPs are valid only for a short period of time. I don't know what Kiwi is doing or whatever that is, but I can tell you this is just industry standard. Alright, everybody who uses this Authenticator app, Google Authenticator, YubiKey, or however you want to call this is 30 seconds, and you can give it a drift. So you have a period of 5 seconds where the new code and the old code is still valid. So it's just what it is. No. Joy says I can't follow. It's always 30 seconds, buddy. RQR code. There you go, that's what we need, I guess. Yep. Yeah, actually, didn't we no. I remember I did recently QR codes somehow. Oh, I remember. I know where it is. Sorry. Add project. Here in CryptoBot I did QR codes. Let's quickly have a look how I did it. App views, transfer, state, payment, form, payment. No, that's not what we want. We want state, pending. There we go. And we have here the QR code, so we can say transfer and QR code. How do we just call it? Oh, it's a helper. It's a helper method. So we go helper, QR helper. There we go. Which choices an OTP for 30 seconds is, well, SMS code is a different story, and let me tell you, SMS code is insecure. I repeat, SMS code is insecure. Do not believe me. I called you medium. Biggest, most expensive lesson. There we go. If you believe me, please read this article on Medium. He tells how he lost over 100,000 US dollars. This is very, very recent. This is 2 months old. Please read it. and do understand what a SIM port attack is and why everything related to SIM and SMS is very, very dangerous, especially in the US. Especially in the US. I do not understand why Coinbase still doing this SIM shit. I don't understand it. It's a beautiful written article. Just read it. And here he also say lessons learned and recommendation. SMS-based 2FA is not enough. And he say, I mean, this guy just lost $100,000, actually more. So he also say Google Authenticator, and he then actually say to do YubiKey, which it's something similar, but yeah. And just read it and then come to this conclusion: while SMS-based two-factor authentication is not good, and this is the reason why we just do not implement it. You know, that's like, no way, I'm not doing this. It's dangerous. So let's get back here to these QR codes, and that's all we need. So we can say, here we create a helper, and we call it the internal helper. 2F, now we say it, two-factor QR. And this is all what we need, something like, there you go. So we just need this library as a gem, and then it's working out of the box. There we go. Nano gem file, add it to your gem file, and bundle over it. Restart the server if it's bundled, and it's ready to use. What we can do now is we have two OTP codes. We have one code for the login and the setting updates, and we have a second one explicitly just for withdrawals. It's a separate one, QQQ PPP. You can generate two QFA codes, one for login, one for withdrawal. Very important, because that means you can actually give somebody a login details and say, hey, please buy Bitcoin for me, but we can't withdraw the money for you. So, and that means we need something like the two-factor QR code, and we give in the user, and we also need at the end something like the withdrawal two-factor QR code, and we give in the user. So this is to do, and this is what we are doing right now. So we need the secret, we need the label, and the issuer is www.swag. So this is the string actually that we need. So let's go label. The label is login. And the secret is then the user OTP. How do we call it? OTP secret, yeah? And the issuer is something like futurebanking.com, whatever domain it is. I guess that's packages? What do you mean packages? Can't follow. Advanced settings. Oh, sure. Is it better now? Alright, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Okay, this is the period 6. Yeah, looks good. Crisp edge. I guess this is good. Let's run this quick. Okay. So let's display this QR code and we say it's views internal security 2-factor show, and here is the QR code. So we just call the helper and we give in current user, and this should work. There it is. I don't use RubyMine. I guess I used it in the past. Yeah, I had it already in the past. I didn't like it. It's the IDE. Yeah, I don't like that. I used it 8-9 years ago, but I mean, maybe now it's nice, but back in the time it was like so slow. It was really slow. Because I guess it was based on Java, was it? I can't remember. But it was really slow and we really didn't need it. So let's see if this is working. If we say authenticator, add this. Login has been added and let's quickly look. There we go. It gives us the... Alright, here we got the login, the label. And it's the 996169, it's the correct code. Update user and it's activated. I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's strange. It's just about your own preference, your workflow. If you learn things, maybe an IDE is helping you, and I don't have any advantage of an IDE. I'm quick, I'm efficient with what I'm doing. Alright guys, I guess this is beautiful working. Let's disable this quick. So now you see the draft, right? I got the old code, the new code shit. But we can still use the old code, 5 seconds. No, too late. Too late. Actually, I think we didn't give him a draft. No, we did not. Drift behind. Okay, the drift is not draft. Drift is 5 seconds. Okay, let's quickly look. Yeah, hey, Dr. Stinny, nice to see you. Yeah, I agree. If you do C# and you use Visual Studio, absolutely, you need that IDE and the debugger. But so let's see, we have this code 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could still use it. So the drift is working. So yeah, exactly, especially for like, now it does not depend what you're doing. We are doing here editing some text. If you're a game developer, you need your IDE for sure, but the extension, this one, that's called Chrome Authenticator. That's not my one. This is the exact same thing that you can download for Google, the Google Authenticator. It's the same app. This is just a Chrome-based plugin. You can get the same for Firefox. There is no API, buddy. There's no API. I don't know what you're talking about. all I do is I activate it here, right? Let me delete this quick. So I say here, I scan the QR code and say we're ready to go. And that's it. I'm in Thailand, and that's why it's Thai language here. Yeah, I do speak a little bit of Thai. All right, so this is working. Let's actually commit this. So we say git add and git commit, and we call this enable 2FA for the activation. Yeah, that's all. All right, so I guess you speak Ukrainian and English. So what we can do next now? Good question. So after this is activated, let's QQQPPP. That was actually a great reminder. We might encrypt and decrypt these secrets. Let's encrypt database column. Attribute encrypted, that's what I was looking for. Let's see how this works. This is a key that is 256 bits. I guess so. But I think for Rails 6 they do something with the secret keys. With attribute encrypted. Okay, so the yes, the Rails key is the basic one, but I wonder. So here we then call, I guess we call it just, let's quickly look, we call it user RB, so we say, no, we call it has OTP secret, so we say here then OTP secret, and the key is Rails how do we call the secret key? Shit. There we go. And secret key base. I have to call Rails generate secrets, I guess. Here, Rails secrets setup. Oh, that's Rails. That's a reg task, okay. That's what I mean. I recently did this. I changed this in 5. And I don't care about these junior, senior level stuff. I'm a freaking expert. I guess why your secret token is important. Uh-huh. QQPP, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I will ask my friend. He can tell me. So I guess now we can say this is ODP secret is encrypted. Let's see actually. Let's have a look. So let's run the seeds again. And this is throwing shit. Oh, we need the gem actually. Sorry, we need the gem. Of course. I would prefer raids than. Upsala. Encrypted OTP secret. Okay, I guess we need to call this actually in the user itself. No. Undefined method, encrypted OTP secret. Oh. Understand. Now what we... Sorry, of course. So what we do is we create the user, and it's not OTP secret anymore, it's encrypted OTP secret. There you go. And this then, the gem actually creates the methods for attribute unencrypted. And we need this, of course, the IV. I guess PUBG esports actually is insane. Like, the final moments of every PUBG game is crazy. Key must be 32 bytes. Interesting. Has attribute.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please. You pooped in the refrigerator.
Well, you need high-end laptop for sure. Okay, let's use this code here just for a quick demonstration. He must be 32. What is we? He will. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 1, 2. Okay, so 32 bytes. Is this what they want of me?
If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
I guess that's what they want of me. Okay, now when we go, let's check this QQQPP. User less. So now we have the encrypted OTP secret and the encrypted OTP IV. Oh, that's cool. So what we can do now is user first, and we call OTP secret. There we go. So let's run RSpec on this. You know, this is actually the... With all these discussions about Rails is slow, whatever, what people forget is the community of Rails. And Rails gems are always written in a way that they are reusable for everybody. I mean, I want to see this done in 10 minutes in PHP. Impossible. Impossible. Like Ruby gems, the architecture of Ruby gems and the architecture of Rails, how it's going from a gem to the vendor to the own library to the models, how you can override it, that circle. Man, no PHP is doing that. So I don't care slow or not, but I care about stuff that works. Okay, let's actually check if this is working. Localhost, we say we go internal. We log in and we say 2-factor, and we want to activate this quick. Well, that's our code, we know this, and it's working as usual, man. Awesome. Deactivate this. Well, we need a new code. There's a new code. Awesome. And I mean, I don't need to test this, but it is working. I mean, we can't log in. Oops, we can't log in now. So we need our code here. Maybe that one. And we are back in. And now we can't disable this. Awesome. We need to do the exact same thing now with the withdrawal 2FA. Withdrawal options. So create withdrawal options, and we call this here the OTP secret. Let's quickly go here. Encrypted OTP secret and IV. There we go. So that the secret for the withdrawal is as well encrypted. There we go. Okay, nice. So let's then copy and paste this and make the withdrawal two-factor authentication. And all we have to do is say that's the withdrawal OTP. Good. We go in the routes And we say for this two-factor thing here, security withdrawal options, and I guess secret IV. I show you the create user. This is the encrypted field, and the IV, what's the English word for that? That's just like a salt. It's a salt. It's like a salt that goes on top. No, what I want this one, right? So this was the, before we only had this, okay? And now with this, with the gem attribute encrypted, what this does is you need this field, the encrypted OTP secret, and with the IV, this method then, attribute encrypted, gives you this. This will be an attribute reader writer, so they generate this for you, and it uses the secret with the IV, so you can calculate it. Yeah. The cipher, it's called the cipher. Initialization vector. It's like a salt. Oh yeah, back in the PHP days, I remember you do something like you give it like the secret double salt, right? And then they like, you have to split it first, and then you say like, it's like the secret salt is then, yeah, I remember that. Well, that is 2007 maybe. No, we don't do that shit. Okay, let's actually, we've been here, two-factor withdrawal option, and here we go and say, there we go. Device for the password. No. You just get the encrypted password, that's all. There's no IV, there's no salt. At least not that I'm aware of. Is it inside? Is it? If you tell me, I believe you. Oh, wait. Yes. There's a hash. Wait. Encrypted password. Let's have a look quick. I guess. I can't load my console. Oh, my routes is fucked. Sorry. Routes revert. Okay, now let's load this. User first encrypted password. I guess this will be the salt, because that's a slash and then. Want to figure this out? Device Rails salt. Uses bcrypt. I know bcrypt actually. There we go. That's the salt. Yeah, and a checksum. Okay. Oh, I remember the cost. You can actually say that bcrypt is using a cost of like 20 or 30, and then it takes like a minute to generate a password. Well, it's actually in the device initializer, I guess. Cost. Yeah, exactly. So there we go. A value of 20 is very slow, about 60 seconds for one calculations. So that's all coming from bcrypt. Default to 11. Yeah, I just read this actually last week in the docs here. Okay, so let's still go here. I'll go sleep, babe. 5 minutes, and then I stop this one. All right, we have 5 more minutes, guys. So I guess tomorrow then we do this. To do tomorrow. Withdrawal to FA setup. Okay. Well, let's see what we changed here. Oh yeah, attribute encrypted. Let's add this here. Let's commit this. And say encrypt the OTP secrets with attribute encrypted. All right, guys. It's already Sunday, deep down in the night here. I'm gonna finish the stream now. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Joyces. Thank you, QQQPPP. Man, I just call you QQPP from now on in the future because your name is so long. Thanks for all the other guys taking part in the chat. Dr. Stinny, I've never seen you before. I wish you all guys a great Saturday, Sunday, wherever you guys are right now, whatever time zone. I probably stream tomorrow afternoon again a little bit. I'm not sure. If not, Monday morning, 8 o'clock, regular timetable, creating the future. Thank you guys. Wish you all a great weekend. See you. Bye-bye.